What's up, everybody? Welcome to Word on the Beat talk show. Today, I am joined with one of my favorite people. He has a radio station up in Skagit Valley.
Absolutely.
And he just does a whole bunch of other stuff we're going to get into in this interview. So please help me welcome DJ Defkawn.
What up, y'all? It's your boy, DJ Defkawn, Word on the Beat. I am happy to be here. Let's go.
You signed the NDA before this show, right?
I did.
I'm scared of.
I did not.
You know me a little too well.
I won't air your business. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. But you got it all out of your system beforehand?
I did. So what's good, Jen?
What's good?
Holla at your boy. You want me to introduce myself?
Tell the people where you're from.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm DJ Defkawn of the mighty 91.7 FM KSVR Radio Mount Vernon and KSVU Hamilton, Lyman, and Concrete. I do a Thursday night hip-hop kind of Latin / public affairs radio show by the name of The Re-Up, which I've been doing, I think since 2006.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, shout out to KSVR 91.7 FM Mount Vernon and our website, ksvr.org.
I'm sorry, you just cracked me up with the radio voice, Defkawn. I couldn't do it. It's great.
I've had a little practice.
Yes, you have. So, I want to talk about your origin story, kind of. How did you get into radio?
How did I get into radio? Man, it was wild. Well, many moons ago, young Defkawn, I had a aunt of mine who was actually a broadcaster on KSVR. Okay. And I was 19. And so basically what she did is she had me on this, she had a radio show by the name of Namapa, First Peoples Radio, because I'm also Native American, a member of the Upper Skagit tribe, and I'm also Swinomish and Cowichan. Shout out to my natives, by the way. And she had that show, and she had me on a guest where she was doing like youth indigenous hip hop, right? And so I was a guest on the show, and when I was 19, and I've been there ever since. Like I've just I was a guest one night, and I never left. That was 20 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
That happened. So here I am.
Wow, and I mean, you've done so well with your show. You had two at one point. The Massive Mix Session. Yeah,
the Massive Mix Session and still the Re-Up on KSVR. It became a lot to do two shows, one up in Bellingham and one in Mount Vernon, because I had started the Massive Mix Session during COVID. And so there was a lot more free time and things of such. And, life be lifing sometimes. And, and that's kind of what happened with that. But I'm still on KSVR every Thursday night.
Yep. So how did we meet, Defkawn? Do you remember?
Through music.
Music.
I think basically what it was is, you traversed a lot of the same circles, and we kind of met in that way.
Mm-hmm. And we've been stuck with each other ever since.
Absolutely.
It's been a great journey getting to know you and what you do. You are a big traveler. You have done a lot of different things in the past.
Absolutely. As we were talking about in our previous interview with VZ, I'm someone who really believes in stepping outside the box of what we commonly look at as our community of hip hop, to the global community of sorts. Like there's a whole world out there that does things a little differently than we do, but rocks heavy with hip hop. Like for example, a few of my travels, I've been to Jordan in the Middle East at the height of the Iraq War. Like that was wild. Like, I mean, we're talking 127 miles from the Iraqi border, 500 miles from Baghdad. This is actually young baby Defkawn.
Baby Defkawn. You can tell what type of phones we had back then because the picture just is not good.
Yeah, this is from when I was 21 years old. This is at a place called the ancient city of Petra. Like, I think it's, if you've ever seen Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark, this is actually where it was filmed.
Oh, okay.
Was at the ancient city of Petra. It's a really beautiful place. Like, I'm not like really biblical, but like, it's just like crazy. I mean, this is in a place called the Valley of Moses. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a place where Lawrence of Arabia was active. Like, it's just like walking through literally the cradle of civilization and humanity. Like, it's just, it's a really surreal experience.
Now, let's talk about this picture.
This is another one of my travels. This is me in La Plata, Argentina, just outside of Buenos Aires. And these are some wonderful indigenous ladies from a traditional community in Bolivia. And, you know, this was a global radio summit that I was at called the AMARC World Federation of Community Broadcasters Summit. And what's dope about my travels to Jordan and my travel to Argentina is it was through that same organization. It was their Global Assembly Summit. Okay. And so you had cats who were from, like these wonderful ladies who were from a traditional Bolivian indigenous community up in the Andes. And they, from everybody to like, you could sit down and have lunch with somebody from Egypt. And then you go out for the night with, you know, friends from Argentina to, you know, Palestine to parts of Europe. Like, it was just really the world at your fingertips.
Right. That's so awesome.
And so what was really dope is not only being able to just be me, but being able to share and learn, you know, from each other, from people from all around the world. I mean, you had cats there who, with little more than a microphone, who were standing up to war, oppressive regimes, famine, poverty, like, I mean, every social issue that you can think of, like, these are people at your fingertips who are living that fact.
That's insane. When did you travel to these places? How long ago was that?
This was actually in 2010.
Okay.
And but what's crazy is ever since my trip in 2006 to Jordan, in 2010 to Argentina, is I still keep up with a lot of these guys from around the planet. Like, I've got friends from Indonesia to Japan, Argentina, the Middle East, parts of Africa, which we'll get into that here after a while.
Yes.
And yeah, it's just been really dope because I've really been able to be a part of that global community as a Northwest hip hop representative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I love that you sent me a few other pictures. You know, you got to experience the culture of Argentina while you were there.
Right.
What was this?
This was a performance of the tango. And like my old girl and my man they're not playing. Like, you can, like, that dance routine is on point.
Let's see, then we have you asleep on the plane.
Yeah, that's commonly me when I travel. Like, oh my God, like.
I don't know how you can sleep on a plane. I can never.
Well, it's like
never get to sleep on a plane.
It's like the jet lag when you go internationally is nuts. Like, for example, God, what was it? When I went to Jordan, I think there was something like a 10 or 11 hour time difference. So what I would do is I'd stay awake and all night, and then I just sleep for at least half the plane ride.
Oh, you know wow. I couldn't do it. Let's see. This is also Young Defkawn.
Yeah, it's Young Defkawn a few years back.
What were you doing here?
This is me up in Vancouver, Canada, at hosting at an event for Indigenous musicians up in Vancouver, Canada. Interestingly enough, this is at a venue next to a place that literally, I kid you not when I say this, it's a park called Dude Chillin' Park. Like, that's the name of it. Like, there's a sign and everything. And yeah, so we're right next to Dude Chillin' Park up in Vancouver, British Columbia.
Okay. So you had mentioned hosting events. That's one thing that you've been doing a lot lately, is you host different events. What events have you hosted recently?
It's been a little while for me, but I mean, you know, you always find me at something. You know, I mean, you know, people, I'm like, man, give me the mic. Let's go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Be it concert events or events for nonprofits and community groups. It's either hosting or like playing music at these really random times. Like, shout out to Skagit Valley College, by the way. We just, up in Mount Vernon, we had the first ever Cinco de Mayo celebration parade. It was really dope. It was really big celebration of Latino culture. And, you know, I DJ, I do hip hop and Latin. And it was crazy because like what they did is they asked me if I could play music. It's like raining outside. So like what they did is it's literally raining on our parade. And they threw me in the back. We had like a couple of umbrellas and we're sitting here like this. And in the back of the pickup truck, I'm sitting there just, you know, like doing my thing. And that's just that's just kind of like a litmus for, you know, how I get down. You know what I'm saying? I'm just out here in the community, just doing good things.
Speaking of that, so you've been working on building a community of underground musicians in the North Sound.
Absolutely.
Let's expand on that.
Well, you know, I think kind of my whole thing is like when you think about hip hop or like any kind of music like that, like a lot of times here in the Northwest, you think, what do you think? What are the two cities you always think about?
Seattle and Tacoma.
Absolutely. And it's like I say with what's kind of like the global community, you know what I'm saying? There's hip hop outside of what the norm would be.
Right.
And so what I've really tried to do through my radio broadcasting is help foster the artists we have in our area. Like, for example, shout out to my man, Dan Zavala.
Yes.
Shout out to my partner in crime, DJ Note. Let's see, who else do we have? We have DJ Protocol, DJ Nate, you know, artists again like Dan Zavala, Radiology, Tiana Whitman. Man, we have so many. And so like what I've been trying to do is just really foster our sense of community in hip hop. And they're to the point they're doing shows all around our area, things like that. Like Dank is gonna be, for example, up, he's performing as a Sugar Free concert tonight up in Everett. So what I've really tried to do is just foster these guys to really build their brand and build their just like craft, like because the thing is they're so dope, and the reason why I really enjoy artists from where we are from Skagit County is because they're just so different from the normal what you hear. Like for example, if you get a chance, look at a video called The Mass. Look up The Mass Skagit Valley, and like what it is it's dope. It's like a 8 or 9 minute long freestyle video of this project called the Skagit Valley Hip Hop Cyphers. And so what they do is they put those together, and it's like all the artists that have ever been featured. It goes on for like 8 or 9 minutes.
Wow.
I'm even featured in it.
Like a cypher type?
Yeah, like a cypher.
Video? Okay.
Yeah, like a cypher type deal. It's just ba 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 ba. Like, and I'm even featured in that as well. I got a couple of verses on there. Verses on the track.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do we need to give you some time to spit some bars?
Nah, not
Defkawn?
today. Not today.
Not
today.
We don't have rapper Defkawn in the building today.
Nah, not today.
I don't think I've ever heard you rap.
Yeah, I got a couple you know, occasionally. You know,
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. I like that you mentioned Dank Zavala. Actually, he is one of my new favorites. You put me onto him, I think last year.
Yeah.
Possibly 2 years ago, but I just didn't listen until last year.
Oh, Jen is horrible at that. Don't ever send her something and be like, Jen, check this out. So a year later, she'll be like, hey, man, I checked out that email.
You send it through the proper channels now. You know, now that Word on the Beat is back, I'll listen more. But, you know, I had about 1.5 years off of not paying attention. So you mentioned you use your radio show to provide the voice of the community.
Absolutely.
In what ways do you do that?
Well, for example, I always say, I feel one of the problems that we have, and it's not just a Western Washington thing, but like when you do music or you do community stuff, like when you have somebody who's a DJ, like a lot of times, like even if, like for example, if you're with a radio station, like a lot of times whatever DJ is doing their thing, they act like a gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just gonna play my homies, or I'm just gonna, you know, rock with who I rock with, and that's gonna be that. Like, me, I'm completely the opposite. You know, I tell anybody, like, yo, if you have something dope that you're doing in the community, if you have dope music, like if you have something dope that people just need to know about, like just holler at me. And like a lot of times I'm just one Facebook message or one Instagram DM away. And like, I really pride myself in that because like, I'm completely the opposite as the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
I really pride myself in being the one who tries to open the gate, you know, for people, because like having an FM broadcast radio station is a really powerful thing. I mean, when you think about it, in my broadcast area, like I broadcast over 4 counties on one night. I mean, when you think about how many people live between northern Snohomish County, southern Whatcom County, Skagit County, and parts of Island County, like that's a lot of people that you could be potentially influencing, potentially bringing, you know, information to.
Yeah.
And I really pride myself in that.
That's awesome. Yeah, you welcomed us on your show last year around this time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see, you and L Rock were chilling, talking.
Yeah.
You know, that was a really good, cool experience to see you actually like do your thing.
Yeah, because you never actually seen that before.
No, I hadn't. Not before then. I had tuned into the show, but
Jen was shocked. I showed up like 5 minutes before the show, just set up, and we had digital turntable, controller. I mean, we had a show.
We had a show. It was awesome. It was really cool.
Shout out to L Rock for that one.
Of course, we had to get our picture in. Crazy.
Wearing the world famous Catfish Corner T-shirt. You know you're Seattle when you got the, you know what I mean?
You're originally from the CD. You're not from.
Absolutely. No, I'm not. I'm
Skagit.
I'm from Seattle Central District before gentrification. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I remember when there wasn't a Starbucks, and then there was a Starbucks, and then now there's not a Starbucks.
Oh my goodness.
Like, I remember the first before Starbucks experience.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's see. We have some more pictures to show. I think these are more of your travels.
Yeah, this is me in Argentina.
That's
and,
Argentina,
you know, I was rocking a little bit of my indigenous gear because it was really dope because you had people, a number of indigenous people from around the world who were, you know, culturally represented. And being native and from America, I was actually the only indigenous representative. And so I went, I said, come on, man, I gotta represent.
Okay.
And this is a gentleman from a community an indigenous community in Bolivia is where he's from.
Okay. That's awesome. And that's one thing I really appreciate about you is you really like to hear people's stories.
Absolutely.
You're just so great at conversation.
Absolutely.
And you're engaging. It's great. It's great. And the fact that you're able to travel and get to know people and make connections, I'm kind of jealous.
Well, I mean, next summit, let's get on a plane.
We'll
let's
have
go.
to figure something out. You know, my full-time job is a thing, but let's see. What else, Defkawn? You have been doing this Latin night.
Oh, that's actually that's actually for a different event.
Is this for a different event?
Yeah, no, that's for an event I did out in Bremerton. No, I do this, I do Latin Vibes sometimes with DJ Note up in Bellingham from time to time at a spot called The Underground. And was dope. Shout out to my man DJ Note, by the way. Note is, he's probably one of the premier hip hop and Latin DJs in Western Washington. And make sure you give him a follow at DJ NOTE, or actually find him at Will, W-I-L-L, DJ Note. And like he spends his time between clubs in Seattle like Club Vu, Club, what is the other one? Cultura, and stuff like that. So, and I mean, like Sunday, he's gonna be down here in Tacoma at Fuego. Being that it's Memorial Day weekend right now.
Okay.
So yeah, follow my man. And for more info about, you know, the Latin nights and things like that.
Yeah. But so this is a Cinco de Mayo one you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, that was Cinco de Mayo weekend one at a spot out in Bremerton called Eden.
I think you tried to invite me to that, but I wasn't having it.
Jen was like, no. She was like, I'm too exclusive. I'm Jen.
All right, I gotta know what this picture's about.
This was at a little conference I was at down here in music conference down here in believe it was Tacoma, and that is Omar Gooding Jr.
I like the vest.
Oh, that was another young Defkawn going
It was
through.
a young Defkawn.
As
Baby face Defkawn.
As you see, I've been doing stuff for a while. That was before I even had my facial hair. You know what I mean?
You have been. What else have you been up to? How's the radio station going? I called in a couple times recently.
It's going really good. We are doing a number of projects in the community. Like I said, not only do I DJ, I also open up things at the radio station to like dope community projects. I've done even work with like the Triumph Teen Life Center in Mount Vernon, a number of other groups where I just open it up. Like it's like, yo, if you got something going on, holler at your boy. You know, let's talk about it. We've been doing a lot of that. I've been working on a project called the Ghana Radio Coalition, where I've been doing some work with my boy. Shout out to my boy Moses Amogsone from Gurune 99.3 FM, by the way, where we've been doing some cross-cultural projects where I've basically been teaching them about hip-hop, youth-based community broadcasting. He actually recently started, I helped him produce his region's first ever actually indigenous hip-hop show called Fra Fra Hip Hop Radio, where they speak their Fra Fra indigenous language.
Let's play that clip.
Oh yeah, a little promo clip.
Yeah. Let's get that going.
Do we got sound on it? Oh, okay.
Come on. Yariya akwai ki da shawa baby na ke ne mamaga ke da bini in kai ki gidana manta da Gucci in baki Prada ki sanni akwai ni da dola na kai ki ta can faga boda ban sun gaban ki bani ta baya.
I love the ending she's put in there.
Yeah, so shout out to my man Moses for doing what he does. Like, what's really dope is like connecting with this global community. You know what I mean? Like, Bolgatanga is a really poverty-stricken community, and so what Moses is able to do is like he's able to connect through the young people in his region through hip hop, because like I mean, hip hop doesn't really have a language. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's cross cultural, and so being in a really really poverty-stricken community, he's able to utilize that to connect with youth and young people and really just, you know, start to attack issues.
Yeah, and when you told me about this, I was really excited actually, because just different things like this is really what needs to be shown to the world, you know?
Absolutely.
And the fact that Moses is doing these big things with these artists from Ghana, even like, I thought it was incredible, and I'm excited we're gonna get him on an interview together.
All the way from Bolgatanga, Ghana.
I'm really excited for that. Now you have travel plans.
I do. I'm actually planning on going out to visit Moses in the community out in Bolgatanga. I'm going to spend about 9 days on the ground teaching just kind of what I do, you know what I'm saying, into you know, aspects of their community, and just really kind of infusing that knowledge and information actually on the ground there in Bolgatanga. Also, I'm going to teach them a few basic skills when it comes to DJing. They want to learn how to DJ. They're even talking about putting together a big hip hop show for when I come out. And yeah, I mean, and it's kind of slapping right now. Like, you know, I've even made it so like I've got kind of like a pipeline of music, right?
Yeah.
So like what I'm doing is I'm getting our artists here in the region out to Ghana, but in turn I'm also helping get their music here to communities like ours and things of such. Like I even sent shout out to L Rock again, by the way. I even sent in his track Black Man.
Yeah.
Who Moses and the squad out there in Bolgatanga really slapping right now.
Yeah, that was it was a fun experience when you called us up. Hey, send L Rock's music. I was like, yep, of course.
And that's how I am.
Got
like
you.
I'm so random. Like Jen can tell you that, hey, yo, you'll get like a random ass phone call where I'm like,
Random.
hey, Jen, it's 11 o'clock. Hey, yo, I had an idea. What you doing right now? You know what I mean? Like I get down like that. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter what time, it doesn't matter when. You know, if there's work, like let's work. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And we're gonna work. I'm excited to I am hoping Word on the Beat can also help Moses and his platform. So any music he needs to send me, we're gonna have to connect.
Absolutely.
You know, so.
Got any more questions?
You know, I'm kind of out of the questions. But there is so much more that people need to know about DJ Defkawn.
So what do you think people need to know, Jen?
People need to know, you know, where can they find you, I guess?
That would actually...
As far as getting an interview on your show, on KSVR, how do people go about contacting you?
Well, I'm really easy to find. Like, I tell people, you got anything popping up, holla at me. But, like, I mean, musicians, like, I tell people, I will always give you a listen, right? Don't mean I'll play you.
Right.
But I will always give you a listen. And, like, I tell people, just be ready for honest feedback, you know, because I'm not one of somebody's homeboys that'll gas you up or whatever. Like, I'm honest, you know what I'm saying? Like, I put together a really damn good show, and, like, I really want to feature you if it's really slapping, you know? But if somebody, it's just, you know, your homeboys are gassing you up and you got your little mixtape tracks or whatever, like, you know, come on, man. Like, but just be open for honest and legit criticism is what I say.
Do you find that artists are not very open to your criticism? Because I have experienced some things, and I never claim to be a hip-hop head. I don't, but I love music in general, and I know what sounds good and what doesn't.
Right. Like I say, I can tell you that Jen is a jerk. Like, if your music sucks. Like, if your music sucks, Jen will tell you exactly how she feels about it. But
I'm nice about it.
No, you ain't.
I am.
No,
I'm nice about it.
Jen is awful. Terrible. But no, I'm just messing with y'all. But when it comes to artists who submit, there are times where I always tell people, hey, yo, you need to be open to criticism, because like a lot of times they aren't. Like, you'll have people who, you know, they recorded something in their homeboy's garage, and you know, they're just the homies are gassing them up, you know, things like that, and they're just not ready to hear it from somebody who is a little more professional than just, you know, just kicking it with the homies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Oof. It's hard.
No, it really is hard. Like me, I try to be especially diplomatic about it, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not like, somebody hits me up and I'm not like, hey, bro, trash. Like, you know, I'm not like that. You know, I mean, I'm really diplomatic about it, because if I'm not, you know, I might be the only person who's actually giving somebody an honest criticism of, you know, how they might get better, how they might, you know, really should do things.
Right. And I think that's the difference, though, is, you know, you can give constructive criticism, but there needs to be a, you know, a solution along with it. You know, oh, no, you know, maybe it's just the mix that's bad. Get someone else to do it, or this, you know, the sound quality is not great, or sometimes it really is just the artist is just trash. Keep working, I guess. I don't know what you would tell somebody who... I
think it's a case-by-case basis. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've heard artists that have recorded in grandma's basement. You know what I'm saying? I had one artist, the way she did music, she sounded like she was on methamphetamine. So there.
Try to hear what that might sound like.
Yeah,
but.
it's really something to say the least. But you know, I mean, it's really on a situational basis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. So Defkawn.
Yes, ma'am.
What's the summer looking like for you?
I got events coming up all summer. I mean, summertime's really normally busy. You know, you got stuff going on. really randomly next month, I got a sunset cruise with the high school seniors of Anacortes High School. You know what I'm saying? Like, where I'm spinning music for, you know, their little senior cruise and thing. I mean, that's what I say. Like, you find me at every
Interesting, right? You're out here.
Yeah,
you're at every event you can be at.
I mean, I pull up. Like,
yeah.
You know, a good example of that is when I talk about Anacortes. For example, one of my partners is one of the assistant coaches for the team and for their football team, and they actually just won the state championship this year. And for the semifinal, what I did is he called me because the night before they found out that their band couldn't make it. So it was just going to be a quiet game for the semi-state final. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, bro, can you help me out? And I was like, all right. So I just pulled up to the Anacortes football game and I rocked that damn thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you find Defkawn, you know, you never know where I'll pop up, to say the least.
Right. I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's how I get down. I'm definitely out here in the community. You know what I'm saying?
I saw a picture of you.
Oh, yeah. If you know Seattle or you know Northwest Sports, do you know who that man is in the middle?
Yes, I do.
You want to explain who that is?
No, because I don't like the Seahawks, and I'm not going to give them time.
Because you're a Seahawks fan, right, Jen?
Jen
loves the Seahawks, y'all. Hey, if you can, find Jen's info, send her all the Seahawks memorabilia that you can. You know what I'm saying? She will love you forever.
I would hate that.
So, but you know who that man is in the middle? That's Tony Ventrella. Like, that is a Seattle sports icon.
Yes.
Icon. Yeah.
And the fact that you have this picture is really dope. I love it.
Well, I was actually, and shout out to DJ Barry, who was there at this event, by the way, who I was spinning music with while I was hosting. This was for a benefit event for a kids program for former Seattle Seahawk Russell Okun, who was there. And so Tony Ventrella pulled up and, I was like, hey, Tony, my man, was good. Like, more so than Russell Okun. I was like, that's Tony Ventrella, man. Come on. Stop playing.
You're just everywhere. You are
like
just
I said,
everywhere.
I am every place.
So, Defkawn, you traveled quite a ways to get here tonight, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, like I said, I pull up.
You know, you do pull up, and I appreciate you.
I pull up.
What's some last words you would like to say to our viewers?
Oh, man, just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Like, in your craft and whatever you do, just keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? That's about all I would say, to say the least. Okay. And so, just in case you didn't catch it before, you can find me, DJ Defkawn, in these digital streets, man. Just about everything under DJ DEF, KAWN, F as in Frank, on Facebook, on Instagram, man, even on Twitter or X, which I haven't updated in whatever the hell they call it now. Which I haven't updated in some time, you know what I'm saying? Like I tell people, got something popping off, you got music, you want some radio play. You know what I'm saying? Holler at your boy. I mean, I think in my broadcast area, there's something like, I want to say just over 100,000 people. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wow. So, I mean, imagine that, y'all. I mean, holler at me. You feel me? Definitely link up with Defkawn. Hit him up with your music. Hit him up on anything else. I don't know. He's everywhere. He does everything. So. Yes, sir. Defkawn, again, thanks for being here. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. But everybody, thanks for viewing. Go check out Defkawn. His links will be provided with his interview. It'll be in the description and also on the website. Follow Word on the Beat 1, Word on the Beat number 1 on everything. We're kind of on Twitter, X, but not really either. I don't really. Elon Musk, that cat is wilding. Like, I'm all right. Y'all want to shout out my executive producer, L Rock. He is amazing. Absolutely.
constantly helping me with everything as far as the set goes, the video, audio, everything. He's amazing. Go follow him on everything, social media and music platforms at Long Live L Rock. We are shooting from the LX3 Collective space. If you need a podcast, hit us up. We have great deals going on. We also have the recording studio up above us. Upstairs, it's open 24/7. We have 2 in-house producers. So hit us up. We can always get you linked in with them. What else do we have? Photography, music videos, anything you can think of, we can do at our space. So let us know what you need. Again, go follow Word on the Beat. This interview will be dropping on wordonthebeat.net and on the YouTube channel. All right. Y'all, thank you so much for watching, and until next time.
And again, y'all, Word on the Beat. Y'all know what it is.